whistle.
Play.
And referee there to play on the makes the tag.
Go, one.
As a now,
Check your
down
leg.
there is the Greater Northern Tigers. We have number 1, Jordan McKenzie. In the centre, you have Shay Pemberton and Jesse Barker. On the wing, we have Alice Walsh. In the halves, we have Amy Barraclough and Sophie Casson. In the front row, we have Jessie Brown, Cody Ryan, and Vicky Human. And in the second row, we have Hopi Martin and Bronte Harris. Sorry, Bronte Harris is the lock. And on the bench, we have Kaylee McCullough, Dana Porter, Camilla Clydesdale, and Oliver Turner. As the ball goes out and play there, we have Ryan Schmiedel drawing the assignment in the centre there, and he is assisted by Brad Goodwin and Caleb Harrison. As they, Greater Northern Tigers have their first set of possession. Nice little run, breaks through the middle there. Gets it to the halfway line, and I think that was Cody Ryan. Plays it towards the commentary side there, and she brought down, that was Jess Baker. Brings on to the left side of field. Nice run there, but Alice Walsh has dispersed on the third phase. Way it goes there to Cody Ryan. Brings on to the left side of field, and fourth phase there was dispersed. This is Cody Ryan again, running up from dummy, can't quite there. This will be fifth and last. They'll be opting for the kick there. There's numbers on the right side, and I think that's Alice Good there for Morris Brothers playing on home turf, defusing that one. The players to watch here for the Greater Northern Tigers would be number 7, Sophie Casson from Scone. She's got a quite impressive domestic record. Current try scorer there from the Group 21 competition. 5 tries to her tally so far in the season, including 4 tries against the Singleton Greyhounds. And as for the Northern Rivers, the interesting fact for this one is that 11 out of the 16 players in today's squad either are Morris Brothers or Byron players, and the interesting fact is they were the 2 in last year's competition grand final, which was won by the Byron Bay Red Devils. They're normally rivals on the field, so will they coexist today? I'm sure they will. Away it goes now to Jordan McKenzie. Nice run up the centre there, and she beats everyone on the left side. Dancing along the sideline, brings it in. She beats 4 players, goes up the centre. No, and it's going to be a penalty to Northern Rivers. That was a nice run there by Jordan McKenzie, a Moree Boomerang representative. We're about 3 minutes into this one, still no score if you just joined us. And Ryan Schmidl tells them to replay the ball. Plays it towards the right side of field. I think that was a little bit forward, and that was picked up there by Ryan Schmidl. So Greater Northern Tigers will have it 20 metres out from the Northern Rivers line. Played now to Jessie Baker for the first phase. Brings it out now to Vicky Human. Nice run. Where it goes now to, that one is, I think, Shay Pemberton. They're set up for the right side. This is third phase. Away it goes now to cut out pass there to Jessie Baker. Kick in there, and it's going to be read there by, I think, once again by Alicia Good. Nice little dummy run on the left side. Tried to play on the close side. Didn't quite work. They're still playing on that left, the close side of the sideline on the commentary side. Third phase. They probably only made about 5 metres. Away it goes. They'll be probably looking for an early kick on the fourth phase to try and gain some territory for the next phase. Time stopped. So in all ladies tag games, we have 25-minute halves. In the under-23s games, we have 40-minute halves. Because this is knockout, there is extra time. And current weather today is about 22 degrees, which is a little bit cooler than, say, yesterday. It was about It was about 26 degrees in Byron yesterday, and normally the rule of thumb for Lismore, you can add a couple of degrees, so it was about maybe 28, which is definitely above temperature from early May. It's good that the temperatures have dropped down a bit to play at comfort. The weight now goes for Northern Rivers. About 40 metres out from the Greater Northern line. They're looking for the left side of field. That one there is Angela Vannery. And going on the right side of field. Patterson, brought there on the 30 metres away from the Greater Northern Lions on the third phase of play. This is Lisa Brown. That was brought there by Jessica Wright. Abby Beecher playing from dummy. She's got about 4 players on free there. Goes for the cutout, but can't quite get hold on the ball. Greater Northern Tigers will have it 20 metres out on their own line. Away goes now to, I think that one there is Vicky Human, playing left side. That's a second. Greater Northern Tigers, they consist of 3 different groups. Group 4, Group 19 in New England area, and Group 21 towards the Hunter. And whilst the Northern Rivers, they consist of 1 major group in the Northern Rivers Rugby League competition. And for the first time this year, this is their second year in the Northern Rivers competition, but it's the first year where every team from A grade through to ladies tag are representative with 10 teams. Dummy run there by Stephanie Good. Playing left side of field. Way goes down to Michaela Piggott. A nice run, but she's just caught there in her tracks. Abby Beecher again playing from dummy. Away goes from now to Jessica Wright. Jessica Wright, cut out pass there, gives it out to Chloe Sadler. Nice dummy run there again by Abby Beecher. She's been really favouring on that dummy side. Pairing well there with Jessica Wright. This is 5th and last, 40 metres out from the Greater Northern Tigers line. Looking for a kick above. That's going to go straight to Alice Walsh. Can she get out? I'm sure she can. Nice run. She's beat everyone. Doesn't quite beat. I think that was Alice Good. Playing on the sideline. I think she's gone too far out. No, I think she's just got a reprieve on the second phase. Nice right-hand pass there to Brooke Sadler. Away it goes now to the centre of field. That was Michaela Piggott. And that was one-on-one strip there. That was Lisa Brown with the one-on strip. Gets it out to Michaela Piggott. They're about 20 metres away from the Greater Northern Tigers line. This is Beecher. Gets it out to Caitlin Oliver. I think now just short of 20 off the Greater Northern line. Third phase of play. It's out to Jessica Wright. Now off to Angela Vannery. Right side of field. This one now is Stephanie Good. Will they go for the right side? Yes, they will. And she's beaten one. No. She's told to play it back. This will be 5th and last. 15 metres out. Goes for the grubber. Nicely diffused there by the Greater Northern Tigers. But she's brought in her tracks there. And that one was Camilla Clydesdale. Jordan McKenzie there, playing her first phase. Away goes to the commentary side of field. That was there with Vicky Newman. Away goes now right side of field. That was Alice Walsh. Nice pass there. Beats one, beats two. Can't quite beat the third. So now they got to the 40-metre line inside their own half. Yeah, she got the early tag. That was great play there. Great play there by Abby Beecher. Gaining some valuable possession and territory They'll be playing it inside the Greater Northern side of field. Away it goes now for Michaela Piggott. 1 through till 6. Either, as I mentioned before, are either Byron Bay or Maris Brothers representatives for the Northern Riverside. Away it goes now. Nice run up the middle there for Stephanie Good. But no, she's brought back. So I think this is going to be third phase. This one is Jessica Wright. Cuts out 2 players, gets it out to Stephanie Good. Her Maris Brothers teammates. Vannery. Right. This is Beecher from Ballina. Goes for the pass here to Lily Patterson. Gets it onto the right side. Looks a bit too. Can she beat the third? That's his Abby Beecher. Oh! And she has lost it. Nah, she's been given a penalty. And they'll have it 10 metres out from the Greater Northern Tigers line. Northern Rivers will be wanting to get first points in this one. This one goes out to Lisa Brown on the first phase. This is Beecher. Right. And this time it's a penalty against Greater Northern Tigers. That is costly. That was a perfect opportunity for Northern Rivers to go ahead early. But Greater Northern Tigers will be getting this one downtown and want to get some valuable metres. And perhaps they'll get the first points. Doing research into this game, also realised for the Northern Rivers Tigers, compared to their 2017 squad from last year, they have 11 new players since last year. So new phase, but referee Ryan Shreddle tells them to play on. I think this one is, thought it was Hope Martin there. Oh, that was unfortunate there. That was actually Hope Martin that let that one go. Quick play the ball now. So this will be now, I think they'll be playing this one off the 40 metres inside their own half. Nice run up the middle. Rushmeadle tells them to play on. This is Angela Vannery from Byron. Gets it inside Greater Northern Tigers field. This one is Michaela Piggott. Gets off to Jessica Wright. She'll play it at 30 metres away from the Greater Northern Tigers line. That was Kathleen Oliver. Away it goes now to Michaela Piggott. Nice run up centre. I think third phase of play. Away it goes to Lisa Brown. She was looking to go right, but she stood in her tracks. Fourth phase taking the kick. They might keep them inside the dead ball area, and they do. So Northern Rivers will get this one back. And they'll get a handy set of 6 to, I dare say, play inside their own half. We once again want to thank the sponsors who've done a good job with not just the Johnson Daly Cup competition, but also getting on board for this one too. Bar TV Sports, SEL World Australia, and Victor Sports are on board as well also. So that's the first phase, 20 metres out from the Greater Northern Tigers line. Away goes to Stephanie Good. Away, that was Angela Vannery, couldn't quite beat. The tag's been pulled down there about 15 metres out from the Greater Northern Tigers line. Away, this one goes to Jessica Wright. And that was Alicia Good. Shadows for the centre of the try line. This is Abby Beecher. They can sense that line. Can they get across maybe in this set or the next? This is Angela Vannery. And they've got plenty of numbers on the left side to play with on the 5th and last, so they'll be opting for a kick, no doubt. Grubbers it across field. And can they dive on this one? I think they have. No. There was no grounding there, so Greater Northern Tigers have collected this one back. And they'll be playing for a 20-metre restart. That is Jordan McKenzie now with it, getting it on the 20 metres on their own line. And that one was Bronte Harris. Away it goes now to Jesse Brown from North Tamworth. He's playing on the centre side of field. They're looking to get that break and keep both tags on. Away it goes now. I think this one is. Couldn't quite get the number. It's a nice kick. Oh, nicely brought in there by Jessie Baker. She couldn't quite get the dot. No. She's claiming try. Well, Ryan Beatham gave it, but I think that might have been touched by Northern Rivers first. He's consulting with one of his assistants. And he has, in fact, given the try, and that is Jessie Baker. Great Northern Tigers 4, Northern Rivers 0. First points going to them. I don't think Northern Rivers could get the ball down. Hence why Jessie Baker, with that kick along the right close side of field, along the sideline, bringing it in, beats two players and gets it on. Nice play there from Jessie Baker. Jessie Baker, Katingal Moonboy representative, currently got 1 try to her tally in her local competition. She's former Cooling Warriors representative. In last season, she scored 14 tries. And in the following season, 2016, an impressive 19 tries. 2015, 14 tries, and 2014, 12 tries. So I think she's tried that play more than once, I dare say, and with an impressive tally as such. Definitely a player to watch in the future. So this is Amy Barraclough from North Tamworth looking to make it a converted try. Just brushes the face of goal. So it is 4 points to 0 for the Greater Northern Tigers here in the ladies tag competition here in Lismore. And I want to send a special shout out to my main man who was with me in the box for the John Daly Cup competition, Kevin Ferrugia, who would love to be here, but he's out on a chicken farm in Outback, South Australia, in a place called Blanchetown. I hope they're giving you the Saturday morning off, bud, and hope you got a bit of Wi-Fi there to check this out on Bar TV Sports. I know you'd love to be here, but trust me, mate, you've got big shoes to fill. Missing you, bud. I hope you're enjoying the coverage, and I hope you are, wherever you're watching around Australia, or in fact around the world, enjoying this coverage. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, leave a message. Let us know what you think of the competitions. Let us know where you're watching from as well. I know from the experience from the Johns Daly Cup competitions that we had a big following from the Greater Northern region, the New England, Tamworth, Armidale area, as well as on the brink of the Hunter, and as well here in the Northern Rivers. It's great to have the Bar TV cameras here in Lismore. Away it goes now to, I think that is the try scorer, Jessie Baker. Away it goes the left side of field. Goes on the right side of field there. Nice bomb up there. It's going to, I think it's going to be greeted by Alice Good. Jessie Baker, I think that's Jessie Baker again, trying to replicate that try-scoring performance from a couple of minutes ago. And I think this one now is collected there by Kathleen Oliver. Played up on the centre side of field for the second phase of play. I think that was Lily Patterson. She lost both tags then. That was Chloe Sadler, Moolumbar Mustangs representative. Away it goes now to Jessica Wright. She'll know this field all too well, playing here week in, week out for the Morris Brothers Rams. Nicely clapped there by Amy Barraclough. That was Baker. They're having this one inside the 30-metre line, inside their own half of the field. Alicia Walsh back from Baker. Barraclough. McCulloch. Playing it along the field. Ends up in the hands of Deanna Porter. Left side of field run there on the third phase of plays. Beats 4 players. Nice run. Couldn't quite beat the 5th though. And that will be another penalty. And they'll have this one inside 25 metres inside the Northern Rivers half. And they'll be looking to get it to a double point lead if they can. But they're gonna go for the 2, are they? Yes, they are. They're going to go for 2. Get it out to a converted try lead, 25 metres out. I think that's an interesting call because I'm feeling a bit of a breeze coming in from the south side of the field. It's not a big breeze, but it's enough to play interest. And I notice there in back play, there's a Northern Rivers player being attended to. I can't really make out the number. Hope everything's all good there. Once we've got a moment, we want to once again thank the sponsors, SEL World Australia, Victor Sports, doing a great job, and of course you're watching this one on Bar TV Sports. Okay. So this is Amy Barraclough having this one directly in front to get it to 6-0 for Great Northern Tigers. A handy early 6-point lead. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, there is no second chances in this competition. And I think in this match day, I think the winner of this game gets the bye next week, and then I think they play the winner of the other game being played today in Maxfield between North Coast and Central Coast. I think they line up against the Newcastle team down in Maitland next week. And the winner of that game will play the winner in that bracket. Time back on. Amy Barraclough to have it just shy of 30 metres out, directly in front. And that one is good, and it's now 6-0 in the books now for Greater Northern Tigers over Northern Rivers. Greater Northern Tigers, as I mentioned earlier, represented by 3 groups in the state. And they're major premiers in Group 4. The Cooligan Warriors, they're also the minor premiers. They went on to win 26-6 in their grand final last year against North Tamworth. They also, their Group 19 major premiers being the Glen Innes Magpies. They went on a 15-0 record with an impressive 724 points differential, 758 for and 34 against. They went on to beat Moree in the grand final. They were also the minor premiers. And in the Group 21, it was Merriwa who were the minor premiers. However, they got beaten in the grand final by Musselbrook. This is them. That was Kenny McCulloch with the ball. That would be 5th and last play. This one goes downtown. That's going to be great in the hands, I think, of Jessica Wright. Well diffused. Sorry, that was Tori Maxwell from Byron. Nice little run there by Lily Patterson. This is Tori Maxwell. Beats 1, beats 2. Couldn't quite beat the Furge. Couldn't quite beat Bronnie Harris. This one should steam inside Greater Northern half with a couple of plays up their sleeve. That one's played left side of field for Kathleen Oliver. And this one's going to be, I think that was this will be the 5th and last. 25 metres out. The bomb goes up. Well diffused there by Jessica Wright. First phase of play being played now just off the cusp of the Greater Northern try line. That was brought down by Alice Walsh. That was Sophie Casson. It goes on left side of field. Beats 1, beats 2. That one was Jesse Brown. Nice run there. I think that was Sophie Casson from Scone. I think, yeah, that was fifth and last. That was well defended there by Northern Rivers. And this will be Mikhail Pleat to play on the Coventry side of field. 25 metres out. Bigot has it back. On 15 metres out away from their own line. This is Serena Martin from the Tweed Coast Raiders. Beecher gets it out to right. Back to right. There's 3 on 2. Oh, they had 2 on 1 on the side there. And I think I heard the hooter go after. And that is half time in this one. And Greater Northern Tigers will go in with a 6-0 lead over the Northern Rivers in the first half. Plenty of opportunities there by both teams. Though, and it was just the one try net, just the one try scored by Greater Northern Tigers, courtesy of Jesse Wright, with that amazing kick that went right and then went back infield and well collected. We're going to take a break now for a few minutes here from Lismore, and we'll be back shortly for the second half here at Lismore.
So at half-time we have Greater Northern Tigers leading Northern Rivers 6-0 in the League Cup competition. We have a 5-minute half-time break, and our under-23 match will commence at 12:12. So just reading out the sides at half-time, number 1 is Lily Patterson from Northern Rivers, number 2 is Hannah Roberts, number 3 is Tori Maxwell, number 4 is Angelina Veneray, number 5 is Michaela Piggott, number 6 is Jessie Wright, number 7 is Abby Beecher, number 8 is Serena Martin, number 9 is Jada Williams, number 10 is Lisa Brown, number 11 is Brooke Sadler, 12 is Alessa Goody, 13 Kathleen Oliver, 14 Stephanie Goody, 15 Chloe Sadler, and 10 Parker is number 16. The coach by Keegan Isbester. The Greater Northern Tigers, number 1 is Jordan McKenzie, number 3 is Shay Pemberton, number 4 is Jess Baker, number 4 is Alice Walsh, number 6 is Amy Barrowflower, number 7 is Sophie Fasson, number 8 is Jess Brown, number 9 is Cody Ryan, number 11 is Vicky Newman, number 2 is Hope Martin, number 13 is Bronte Harris, number 14 is Kate McCulloch, number 15 is Dana Porter, and they're coached by Damien Allen.
Hey, we can hear him the whole time he's cutting it up.
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can hear Ryan, I just can't hear Callum at all.
Press that one in the middle, press again. I said press it. That one? Big button in the middle, I actually press it. This one. Right there. Oh yeah, you put it in yourself. Mum normally does this for me. I know what I'll do it for my she likes to pick up like that one too. Now this is the
Just for the both lead tag squads, the second half will commence in 60 seconds. And match officials are on their way back out. Once again, Country Rugby League would like to welcome you along to the first win of the SLE Country Under-23 and League Tag Championships. We want to thank our hosts, Northern United Senior Rugby League. Remind everyone there's plenty of hot and cold food at the canteen area, and our Under-23 match will kick off at 12:05.
Dwayne Neville here, coming to you live here from Crozier Oval here in Lismore, which is the co-tenants of the Maris Brothers, Rams and Northern United in the NRRL. Maris Brothers, they're currently sitting fourth in this year's competition with a 3-1 record. Their reserve graders are undefeated at 4-0. Whilst Northern United, they're in 11th, though they're playing a game today. And we're back underway this one here in Lismore for the ladies tag for the 2018 Country Championships. And I think that was, couldn't quite make out the number of that one. But that one there was Shay Pemberton from Musselbrook for the second phase of play. Is it to Bronny Harris? Nice dummy run. Greater Northern Tigers are up 6-0 over Northern Rivers if you joined us late. And that's a nice kick. Could that possibly be a 40-20? And yes, it is. Nice 40-20 kick there for the Greater Northern Tigers. Well played. And they'll have that one, I think, about 10 metres away from Northern Rivers' line. What a great kick. And this will be Diane Porter. She'll have this 10 metres out from the Northern Rivers line and wanted to get to double figures, which... And I think she's gone straight over. I think they're going to give this one, and yes, they will. Ryan Pemberton points to the spots. And that is now 10-0. Greater Northern Tigers over the Northern Rivers. Greater Northern Tigers have got this one on the first possession of the game. And as Amy Barrichello goes to line this one up, we want to thank our sponsors once more. SEL World Australia, Victor Sports and Bar TV.
That goes into the knock. Yep.
And nice kick there by Amy Barrichello, thus making it 12-0. Greater Northern Tigers over Northern Rivers. As I was making mention about Lismore setup, so Crozier Field, where this grant is being played at, with Oaks Oval just behind us being the major ground, that's under a facelift. It has been for some time. So I dare say this is probably the main ground at this time in Lismore, where it's strictly a rugby league ground, though as I made mention, with Oaks Oval being under construction, it's been used for other codes. I recall the The Anzac Cup soccer final was played here a couple of weeks ago, as well as a few other sports. It's a nice ground, nice little setup. And as I made mention, it's co-tenanted by Maris Brothers and Northern United in the NRRL. I dare say there's actually a game here tomorrow for Maris Brothers. I think they're playing the Tweed Coast, so if you're in the local area, get down and support it. That was Shay Pemberton dancing towards the sideline on the fifth and last. Barraclough, nice bomb up in the air. It's going to be greeted by Lily Patterson, and I think it's just going to be too deep. So Northern Rivers will have, I think this will be their first possession in the second half. They'll have it on the 20-metre restart. 12-0 Greater Northern Tigers over Northern Rivers. And it's a great initiative to have this match day out here in Lismore after like 12 months ago with that nasty flood that they had last year, where a lot of places that have been around for the last 30, 40 years are either still rebuilding or either unable to rebuild. And I know a lot of the grounds around here became unplayable for, especially the one to the left side there at Richards Oval around the corner, which was deemed unplayable. So it's great to have these kind of events come to Lismore after what happened a year ago, after that disaster, and to hopefully get things back to normal, because as I said, a lot of places are still recovering. It's great for the Lismore community. So this will be Olivia Turner to restart, gets it out to Shay Pemberton. She'll have it on the 40-metre line. And costly penalty going for Northern Rivers. Beach is keen to play with it. But Ron Schmiedel's going to pull it back on it, but opts to go for the kick instead. Northern Rivers, I dare say they'll have to be next to score, even though it's only 12-0. They have 19 minutes to get it done. They'll be looking for 2 quick tries. That was Hannah Roberts.
So Greater Northern's second try was
dummy run, gets it off to Serena Martin. Nice little pivot run there by Abby Beecher. She's been impressive from the dummy half. All right, goes to Chloe Sadler. Kicks, deflects. Wasn't played at though. Nice run there by Deanna Porter.
Hey, Maddie. How are you, mate?
Just for our spectators and everyone here at the ground today, we've just had a Samsung
played off there by Bonnie Harris.
It's got a white cover on it.
Then off to McCulloch. This is McCulloch. That one was inside the 40. Will they be able to replicate another 40-20? Doesn't quite get to the sideline. This is Tori Maxwell. Surrenders there for the first phase. Goes to the left side of field. Dispersed there by Amy Barraclough. This one will get inside Greater Northern half. Nice run there by Serena Martin. Gets inside the 40. Beecher goes for the pass. Fortunately, Jada Williams couldn't quite read it. Nice run. Stopped within her tracks on the 4th phase. Away it goes to Jessica Wright. And that was Lily Patterson, stopped in her tracks. 5th and last. Away it goes now to Chloe Sadler. Kicks down. And it'll be greeted there by, I think that's Shay Pemberton. That's it. 20 metres out from inside their own side of field, the Greater Northern Tigers. Away it goes now to, that's Pemberton. Nice run up the middle. She's beaten everyone. There's no one that's going to catch her. She gets it over the 30, over the 20, over the 10. She'll get right in the middle of the sticks. Nice try there for the Greater Northern Tigers. And you can almost say it's 16-0 with the kick surely will make it 18-0. That will be a handy enough lead to move on to the next round. Nice run up the middle and had everyone beat. And that was Sophie Klassen from Scone, who was the key player I mentioned at the top of the broadcast. Had everyone beat before they even got inside the Northern Rivers half. And Amy Barraclough will be looking to make the extras. Had 3 attempts at goals so far. This will be a second, 2 from 3. Hope you're all enjoying the coverage today on Bar TV Sports, wherever you may be watching. Again, a big shout out to everyone in the New England region, or if you're in the Armidale, Tamworth region. And Amy Barraclough does at the extras, thus making it 18-0 for Greater Northern Tigers over Northern Rivers. Or if you're watching from the Hunter.
Greater Northern's third try was scored by Sophie Cassie. Conversion was successful. Amy Barraclough, the Greater Northern Tigers lead Northern Rivers 18-0 with 15 and a half minutes remaining.
As we're about to get underway again for the... We've about 15 and a half left in this one. Northern Rivers will have to go on a mission now. They're probably looking if they can get at least 3, but they're almost away again. They're probably having a look, you know, to get this one into extra time. That's probably, you think 3 tries is possible. 4 might be out of their reach. Oh, nice run. Oh, she was just caught off guard there. They'll have it about 45 metres out from the line. There's Sophie Casson again, the try scorer. Another run. Oh, it's brought back again. Looking to get a double. Away it goes now to Jordan McKenzie. 5th and last now, 35 metres away from the Northern Rivers line. 1 more now will surely put it to bed for the Greater Northern Tigers, but they'll opt for the kick to drain some of the clock. And it's worth mentioning too that I think this will be the 3rd season of this representative competition, and it's only expanding more by the year, which is great. We saw how great depth it was for the Johnson Daly Cup competitions proceeding into this one, and thus they'll be expanding next year, and we can only hope that not just this competition and the 23s, but just country rugby league in general can expand with the help of Bar TV Sports, the CRL, and making it all this possible. Country rugby league is certainly on the rise. So this will be just a shorter halfway. Breaching inside Great Northern Tiger Field, playing on the left side. Kobe Maxwell was there on the sideline, but Chloe Sadler was brought down. And there will be a turnover about 40 metres in Great Northern side of field. Cody Ryan with a restart. This is the second phase of play now. That was, I think that's Vicky Human from Uralla. That's Casson. Where it goes to Jordan McKenzie. They're on the 40 metre inside their own half. Nice pass out by Casson. Couldn't quite beat the second. Couldn't quite beat Angela Vannery. Where it goes now to Jessie Brown. So they'll get 2 phases of play inside Northern Rivers half. They'll opt for the kick though. Nicely collected there by Tori Maxwell. Maxwell plays it. It's the second phase, 30 metres inside their own half. Wake goes out from Jada Williams. This is Williams again. Gets it out to Lisa Brown. And she'll get the penalty. So this could be a start now for Northern Rivers to get back into this game. The time, there are about 12 minutes left in this one, 12 and change left in this one. They'll have it 40 metres inside the greater Northern half. So this is Beecher to get us started. You really think they need to get their run rolling on this set of 6 to make it happen. Away it goes now to Lisa Brown. And that's Tori Maxwell open. She couldn't quite get the pass out. And Greater Northern Tigers will have this one back. Oliver turnover to restart us 35 metres away from the Greater Northern line. This is Casson. And away. And that one was Olivia Turner. That was Hope Martin. That was brought down there before. Pemberton. Ryan. On the 40-metre line inside their own half. Nice pass out towards the right side of field. And the referee will be bringing that one back. I think this will be fifth phase. This will be their last. Barraclough has been making great yards with the boot all day. This is Tori Maxwell. She's brought in her tracks. Well brought there by Hope Martin. Playing to the commentary side of field. Well dispersed there by Olivia Turner from Tinga. I think that was Chloe Sadler. She'll be asked to replay that one. Beecher gets it away. This is right. And that was Brooke Sadler there, looking to play a bit of a dummy play. Oh no! The dummy half was there napping, but they managed to get away. Managed to get some valuable metres. And that was the 5th and last. They opted to run. I suppose when they're 18 points to 0 down, they don't really have much option but to run. With only 9.5 left to go on this one. This is Hope Martin. Stopped in her tracks by Chloe Sadler. That was Sophie Casson. Once again having an impressive game. So this will be third phase of play. Look, opted to go left and side to go right. Nice run there by Vicky Human. They've got that left-hand side sprawled out. And there's the cutout pass. She probably was hoping to get that better, though it's well picked up there from Tori Maxwell from Byron. This is Lily Patterson. Beecher to play. Playing well off that dummy half all day. As she would do for Ballina week in, week out. Brooke Sadler to play. Third phase of play. Looked to go left, but caught in her tracks. She was looking keen to get to Beecher. There might be a little knock on there. Yes, Beecher unfortunately knocked that one on. And Greater Northern Tigers will have this one back. About 30 metres inside their own half the field. Cut out pass. That was well picked up there by Vicky Human. Well, it goes to Jessica Wright. Oh, that was played at by, I think the ref might call this one back. Surprised it wasn't a knock on there. Anyway, put that one in, I think, no. Referee tells them to replay it. Way it goes there for Diana Porter. Sorry, that was Chloe Sadler. My apologies. And that one, unfortunate there, ball control. It'll be a quick play the ball now for Greater Northern Tigers. This is Alice Walsh, sorry. And down, they're toying with playing with downside of field. Did well to get where she did. I think the referee may have called a penalty for Greater Northern Tigers. Yes, he has. No. No, it'll be a restart now for Northern Rivers. 6.5, just under 7 minutes to go left in this one. 18-0 now for Greater Northern Tigers over Northern Rivers. This is Kathleen Oliver. This one going down the right side of field on the commentary side. Collected there by Lily Patson. It's Patson again. The second phase of play. Beecher to play off dummy half. Way it goes there to Jessica Wright. Right with again. But no, well beaten. Could she beat this? She couldn't quite beat Jordan McKenzie. There was only one to beat there. This is Beecher playing well off dummy half. Can Beecher beat it? Not quite. Unfortunately, that one goes forward. And with 6 minutes left to go, it's Greater Northern Tigers 18-0. You feel that Northern Rivers to get back into this one, that's where they had to get the points. Couldn't quite get it done. That was Alicia Good, the Morris Brothers hometown player, stopping the tracks for a double phase stoppage. Greater Northern Tigers to play on the left side of field. That was Sophie Casson, stopped in her tracks there. Kick, quick, that was a kick there, 20 minutes inside of field. And that was Stephanie Good, stopped over in her own tracks. This is Beecher playing off dummy half. Referee will tell him to go restart. Beecher to play. This is Angela Vannery. And they've given away the penalty. Greater Northern Tigers will have the penalty inside their own half. Incorrect play of the ball. They'll be looking to close this one out with 4.5 left to go in this one. Of course, coming up next after this one is the under-23s action between Northern Rivers and Greater Northern Tigers. As the kick fails to go to make touch, Northern Rivers will probably look just to get a consolation try of this one, and they'll get a penalty to help them. Yeah, as I mentioned, under-23s action coming up next after this, here on Bar TV Sports. 25 metres out. Sorry, 35 out. Nicely brought there by, I think that was Sophie Casson. Passed out to Fines, Patson. She'll have it in 20 metres out from the Greater Northern Tigers line. Way it goes there to Chloe Sadler. Cut out pass. Greets the hands of Stephanie Good. Plays left side. There's 2-on-1, but that was well defended there by Greater Northern Tigers. Fifth and last. Could Northern Rivers get at least one try to take home. Well passed. Stopped just in her tracks, and there is Sophie Casson to stop her in her tracks. Well defended there by Sophie Casson and the Greater Northern Tigers. Ten metres inside of field. This is Casson. Nice run, but that was Vicky Human stopped in her tracks. Sophie Casson play from dummy half. Beats one, beats two. Can she beat a third? She does. She's toying with the sideline, kicks it. Lily Patson there is there to greet it. And Casson was trying to reach out, couldn't quite get there. And 5 minutes short of the halfway line for the Northern Rivers. That was run there by Alicia Good. Right side of field there. This is Kathleen Oliver for Byron. Just shy of 2 minutes left in this one. Oh, no! Referee says play on. He said, no, I think he got help from his assistants there. That was probably deemed to be a bit high. Sorry, no, it's penalty Northern Rivers. It was a shoulder charge from Greater Northern Tigers. Well, there you go. I thought it might have been a penalty the other way, but he's deemed to be a shoulder charge. Kick doesn't make touch, though. So Greater Northern Tigers will have this one inside their own half. At best, Northern Rivers will probably have one possession left. With about a minute and change left to go. Nice run. Couldn't quite break the defensive line there. Shay Pemberton from Muswellbrook. Nice run by Jessica Wright. Beat one, but couldn't quite beat the second. Sorry, that was Camilla Clydesdale. This is Hope Martin. Well diffused there by Tori Maxwell. Moves left to bring it in right side of field. Well collected there by Cody Ryan. Fifth and last, 30 metres inside of their own half. So Northern Rivers should get one more play. This will be picked up by Lee Patston. Well passed. Hope Martin diffuses. Michaela Piggott. That's Maxwell, gets it away. To Kathleen Oliver, a Byron Bay Red Devils teammate. Away it goes now to Tori Maxwell once more. Couldn't quite beat Sophie Casson. She's been impressive both in attack and defence today. And we're in the final 10 seconds to go. Can they get the last try? I think no, she's on the sideline, no one to beat. Can she get it right on the hooter? And she will get it right on the hooter. Dancing with the sideline, and Greater Northern Tigers puts the final try down, and it'll be 22-0 Greater Northern Tigers over Northern Rivers, and that will be time. And that was Jessie Baker, and that was a deuce for Jessie Baker. She played a great try in the first half off the left, off one sideline, and plays another one off the next. And Amy Barraclough, who's been impressive with the boot all day, both in conversions and in general play. I don't think that is Amy Barraclough kicking. And can that one go over? And not quite. So Greater Northern Tigers will have this one 22-0. They will move on to the next round. Impressive win over there over the Northern Rivers. Though both teams played impressive, and what a great start to the ladies tag competition for 2018. And once again, we want to thank our sponsors for getting on board. Victor Sports and SEL World Australia, and of course you're seeing this across Bar TV on the CRL and SW.com.au website and Facebook pages, and of course this is on Bar TV YouTube page as well. And it was an impressive game there by Sophie Casson and Jessica Wright there for the Greater Northern Tigers. And though Northern Rivers, they can hold their heads up high, they'll now move on to their local NR and Triple RL competition, which is going great guns at the moment. Coming up next, after a short little bit, we have got the under-23s action here at the Crozier Oval here in Lismore. Stick around and we'll see you then. Dwayne Neville here, coming to you live from Crozier Oval here in Lismore for the 2018 Ladies Tag and Under 23s Country Championships. As we're about to get underway in the Under 23s game, time to give you the tale of the tape between the two teams. Firstly, for the Northern Rivers. In fullback, we have Liam Anderson. On the wings are occupied by Michael Dwayne and William Hammond. In the centre pairing there are Reece Richards and Benjamin O'Gorman. In the halves, we have Samuel Grant and Tane Roberts. In the front row, we have Caleb Seabell, Joshua Besgrove and Nicholas Morrissey. In the second rows, we had Eden Syme and Anthony Coleman. And locking the scrum will be Jake Corbin. And on the bench, we have Hayden Pratt, Kyle Kennedy, Kalen Hensby, Luke Campbell and Lachlan Perrin. And in there, coached by Max Beecher. For the Great Northern Tigers, your fullback is Bailey Taylor. We have Will Newenhouse and Zach Leonard on the wings. And in the centres, we have Tim Bridge and Hamish Wolfgang. The centre pairing there, we have James Bradley and Mitch Doring. In the front row of the scrum, we have Dylan Fawn. And in the hook, we have Jared Wicks, and he is paired there by James Ballinger. In the second row, we have Jordan Mulheron and Brady Benovic, and locked down the scrum by Bailey Wooden. And on the bench, we have Caelan French, Mitch Sheridan, Brett Wright, and Sam Fitzsimmons, and their coach is Peter Stevens.
Will Newenhouse, number 2, Tim Bridge.
Nick Martin draws the assignment on the centre, and he is assisted by who I thought had a great Johns and Daily Cup competitions. Jack Nicholson and Mitch Everest are running the sidelines.
11, Brady Benedict.
The Greater Northern Tigers will be looking to go on as their ladies tag counterparts to get into the finals.
16, Brett Wright, 16, and number 20 is Sam Fitzsimmons.
The Northern Rivers team feature mostly of A-graders in their A-grade competition, and as do for the Greater Northern Tigers. As I made mention during the ladies tag broadcast, the Greater Northern Tigers do consist of 3 different groups, Group 4, 19 and 21, whilst Northern Rivers up the best of the NRRL competition. The players to watch: Mitch Doring from Kutingai, Mumbai. Doing my study into this game, I've learnt that in the second division that he was playing for last year, he scored an impressive 31 tries for his team last year and 45 goals kicked. And in the 2016 season, he scored 28 tries. Would he be able to replicate that sort of form out there today for the Greater Northern Tigers? The player to watch out for the Northern Rivers is Benjamin O'Gorman from Coogin. He was part of the squad that were runners-up in last year's grand final against Ballina. He crossed the stripe in last year's season for 21 tries. It is, and it's just been brought to my attention that William Hammond, number 5 for Northern Rivers, is actually a late scratching in this one. As we're about to get underway under this one, a little bit of the colour clashing. As you can make out, the Greater Northern Tigers will be to the right of your screen. The Northern Rivers are on your left in the predominantly Australian colours, yellow and green. And Nick Martin, we checking with the timekeeper to get us underway in this one. Here for the first game here in Lismore and the Under 23s competition, and away we go. Nice high bomb from the Greater Northern Tigers. Nice solid run, and well greeted there by James Ballinger from Inverell, 20 metres out from their own line. Nice own run indeed, and James Ballinger is involved there again. He's really looking for work early. Northern Rivers will want to get out to a good fast start. That was a nice solid run there by Eden Syme from Mullumbimby. They're really... Oh, and that was an unfortunate drop there by Joseph Besgrove. I was just to make mention there that Eden Syme, he's part of that Mullumbimby Giants team, which are 4-0 in their competition. Really making a big jump in the Northern Rivers competition. Managed to get a win over Byron Bay for the first time in a number of years. They are definitely a team to look out for in this year's competition. So Greater Northern Tigers will have their first possession well inside the Northern Rivers half, about 40 metres out. Played off there by Mitch Doring. Away it goes for Bailey Taylor. Yeah. Playing on the side of field there. Oh, nice hit there. Nice tackle. Well brought down. But though, it's a quick, fast start of pace here in the first game of the under-23s competition. Away it goes there for Dylan Fawn. 10 metres out off their own line, off the Northern Rivers line. Left side of field, this one goes to James Bellinger from Inverell. Fifth and last, they're playing well deep there for the Northern Rivers. Can they get it off? No, well brought down. He's just going to be short of the line. Northern Rivers will have this one right on their dead ball line. It was a nice little dummy run there by Mitch Goring. Nice tackle there by Jared Wicks from Scone. Well assisted there by Bailey Wooden. Left side of field there on the second phase. Once again, Dylan Fawn's there. He's not too shy of the ruck, Dylan Fawn. He's been looking very impressive in the first few minutes of this one. As he's greeted there again. Always looking for work. Nice run there. Reaches over the Greater Northern side of field. And they're gaining some valuable meters there, Northern Rivers. To be greeted there by Bailey Taylor. Bailey Taylor looks to go right and wants to go left. He goes down the left side of field. Nicely brought down. Kaylin Hensby could have been involved in that tackle. Nice hard run there. Nice hard run by, I think that was Dylan Fawn. And I've been quite impressed with the Greater Northern Tigers setup after doing one of their games in Grafton for the John Daly Cup. They are a real football area, and they really breed them tough. And I'm just sensing it, this is like not far off state of origin kind of mentality straight off the fit. And of course Northern Rivers as well, checking them in week in and week out in their local competition. This has been a real solid start by both teams. And we're only a few minutes in. Away it goes now. Oh, nice crunching tackle. And that was Hamish Wolfgang involved in that one. And Dylan so that was Brady Benovic with a decisive tackle there in the second phase of play. Oh, now I think that was James Bradley in the tackle. He looked a bit awkward. Well performed, and drop. And there's going to be a set of 6 being set up now for the Greater Northern Tigers on their 30-metre line. And we're about 4 minutes into this one if you just joined us here on Bar TV. And of course, we want to thank our sponsors again once more, SEL World Australia, Victor Sports and Bar TV, which are shown across their YouTube and Facebook platforms. Hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you're watching around Australia. Greater Northern Tigers have it on the 30-metre line. Pass out there, well tackled there by Eden Syme. And that was lost, but they're going to be... And Nick Martin will be calling for the penalty now for the Greater Northern Tigers. This kick should, dare say, find him inside Northern Rivers side of field. Mitch Doring will be looking to make some valuable measures here. Potentially get the first points. And that's kicked over towards the shopping centre side of the field. Away it goes now for Jordan Mulheron. 30 metres out from the Northern Rivers line. Away it goes now to Bailey Wooden. Met by a wall of Northern Rivers defenders. Oh, nice crunching tackle there. I think that was Jake Horman, Mara's Brothers representative here on his home turf, pressing his local supporters well. And that was Bailey Taylor with a run there, and they'll get the penalty. And they'll have a fresh set of 6 about 20 metres short from the Northern Rivers line. They'll be looking to make the tap. They're making some valuable possession and yardage on this one. Still on form for the run. 10 metres out up on the side of field. Away it goes to Brady Benevic. Braddon Northern Tigers as well set out on the right side of field. Taylor gets it out to Bradley. And there's 3-1. I don't think they'll need the winger. I think he'll go himself, and he does. And I think he's just got first points for Braddon Northern Tigers. And the first try is in the books for the Braddon Northern Tigers. About 6.5 minutes in, 4-0 Braddon Northern Tigers over the Northern Rivers. And that was Jordan Mulheron from Muswellbrook getting first points for Braddon Northern Tigers. Plays his club football for Muswellbrook. Which, speaking of Muswellbrook, they were last year's minor premiers. Though they were undone by the Aberdeen Tigers 36-26, which Aberdeen finished 4th place in that competition. Which is unheard of, though. Muswellbrook will be definitely looking for a big season this year in their Group 21 competition. 4-0 here, Braddon Northern Tigers over Northern Rivers. And we're about 8 minutes into this one. This is Newenhouse, I think, for the kick. Will Newenhouse with the line up the kick, and he gets it over. 6-0 now for Braddon Northern Tigers over Northern Rivers here in Lismore.
Successful conversion by Will Newenhouse. Braddon Northern Tigers led 6-0.
Hope you're enjoying the coverage here at Bar TV Sports. If you've just been out for lunch and come back to the screens here on YouTube and Facebook or on the CRL NSW websites, Braddon Northern Tigers got up 24-0 against Northern Rivers in the ladies' tag. They will go on to the next round. Northern Rivers here to get us restarted. Well diffused. Nice hard run, and he goes in hard. That was Eden's time there to greet him, who was assisted by Anthony Coleman, the captain. He was part of that Ballina squad who won the grand final last year against Coogin. Ballina, who have been dominating the NRRL competition, winning basically since 2012. They've won the major premiership all but 1 year. I think that was in 2016, which was taken out by Moolumbar. Away it goes now for Rich Dorian, kicks it downfield. Reese Riches, who's also a Ballina representative with the meter. Oh, that looked a bit high. And Nick Martin tends to think so in his opinion. Northern Rivers will be looking to get some yardage out of this. I think it was more careless than reckless. Nice kick. They will get this probably, I'm guessing, about 35 metres inside their own half of the field. This will be a nice run here. Sign. Brought down there by Brady Benevic. Oh, nice solid run there by Nick Morrissey from Casino. Nice run, nice split up the middle there by, I think that was Samuel Grant from Coogin. They're playing that straight up the middle. There's one to beat. He'll get up there. Yes, he will. I think he's got it. Northern Rivers have answered back in time. What a split up the middle try there for the Northern Rivers. And it will be 6 points to 4. Greater Northern Tigers in front. And we're about 12 minutes into this one. Northern Rivers had to respond quickly because Greater Northern Tigers were being assertive in possession. And what a perfect way to get back into this one.
Could Lester Moran come to the official CRL tent, please? If Lester Moran's here, can you come to the official CRL tent?
And as the conversion about to line up, that was number 9, Joshua Besgrove from Wollongbar getting the try over for that one. Nice line break to get over and just getting it over. He's a two-time representative. He represented Group 18. He's currently... he got 1 try. Representative Trump gets Group 6. And in the 2007 competition for Moorlambar, he was 1 try to his tally. And he's also got 1 try now to his tally today here in the under-23s competition. The kick was successful, so it is 6-all between Northern Rivers and Greater Northern Tigers here at Crozier Oval here in Lismore. With 13 minutes in. If you're just joining us here, and it's Greater Northern Tigers are playing playing from right to left, and Northern Rivers are playing left to right. In case the colours do look a little bit clashed on your television screens.
Northern Rivers was scored by Joseph Besgrove. The conversion was successful.
Northern Rivers there, 20 metres off their own line. That was well brought down there by Jordan Mulheron from Musselbrook. And Nick Martin will be telling them to play it back on the second phase of play. Playing towards the left side of field. This is Kyle Kennedy. He's a Morris Brothers representative playing on his home track. And Northern Rivers will get the penalty. They'll be looking to get perhaps even a 6-point lead out of this one, which off the back of a penalty 40 metres inside the Greater Northern half, if they can get a set of 6 out of it, that's deemed to be possible. And Samuel Grant getting valuable metres out of this one. 25 metres away from the Greater Northern Tigers line.
From the Northern United Senior Rugby League to the official CRL tent area. Lester Moran.
Solid run there by Jake Orban. Northern Rivers are set up deep for a second phase play on the right side, and it's managed to produce numbers. And that was Eden Simon. He's been looking for work all... Northern Rivers will have this one back. Greater Northern Tigers have diffused. I think there was like 2-on-1 or 3-on-2 on the left side if they had done a cut-out pass, so it was deemed necessary to stop the ball in its tracks there for Greater Northern Tigers. And Northern Rivers will have a set of 6, 10 metres out from the Greater Northern line. Left side of field. Caleb Zigwell. Sorry, that was Samuel Grant. Once again, Northern Rivers are setting up deep on the right side there. I dare say they're going to opt out for a cut-out pass early and cut out the numbers on the defence of the Greater Northern side. Well brought down there by Tim Bridge, Greater Northern. Off the hands there of Nicholas Morrissey. They're set up for either side, Northern Rivers, but they're playing a forwards game, possession game. They're playing it up the middle. Whoa, look at that. Nice little dummy try. And Northern Rivers got one in the books. And that was a double for Joshua Besgrove. Off the dummy half, he's had an impressive game. Double tries there for Joshua Basgrove in the matter of minutes. And that is now Northern Rivers 10 to Greater Northern Tigers 6. Greater Northern Tigers will be kicking themselves, giving away early penalties and possession. Can ill afford to do that in an early stage of the game. And Northern Rivers certainly made the most of it. Nick Martin will be stopping time. As the kick gets lined up now for the Northern Rivers, keen to hear what you think of the coverage across not just this game, but across all games featured on Bar TV, as well as this competition, the Ladies League Tag and the Under-23s through YouTube, Facebook. Let us know where you're watching from as well. And that kick is successful. Northern Rivers 12 over Greater Northern Tigers 6. About 23 minutes left to go in the first half here in Lismore. Greater Northern Tigers, they'll want to respond with force. They've had quite a decisive and hard first 20 minutes. They'll want to keep Northern Rivers down this side and then try and back up with a set of 6 of their own inside the Northern Rivers half. And that was a great way to start there by Bailey Wooden. And Dylan Fawn from Musselbrook, he has been not too far from the ruck, and there you have it. Greater Northern Tigers will have a perfect opportunity to respond about 25 metres away from the Northern Rivers line. It's what they needed to keep in touch with this game and keep it to within. Well, you don't want to keep it to pass more than 2 tries in this, especially in this intensity of the game, this hard and fast pace. This is knockout rules. There is no tomorrow for the runners-up in this one. So they're playing like it's their last 80 minutes in this competition, because that is the case for the runners-up. And the winners, I dare say, do get the bye next week and then get 1 win away for the grand final in the Under-23s competition. Way on the left side of field. That's Mitch Doring with the ball. He's brought down by Sam Northern Rivers defenders. Jared Wicks to play it. He's playing the left side of field. Playing that left side early on the second phase of play. They want to play as much as they can on that right side with 3 phases left. Sorry, that's actually the 5th. 5th and last now. They'll be opting for the kick. And it's kick, but they split up the Northern Rivers defence, but that's well read there. And that was James Ballinger trying to get there, but he was shoved off. Northern Rivers now playing off their side of field. 35 metres inside their own half. Nicely brought down there by Brady Benevic with the assist of their Dylan Fawn. He's not too far away from that ruck. Away now to, nicely brought down there by Bailey Wooden. 40 metres away from the Great Northern line. It is the 5th and last though. Oh, that pass didn't quite meet the hands. It gets off to Jordan Mulhare and kick goes up. It's going to be met there by, that was Anthony Coleman from Ballina with that kick. And it was Bailey Taylor with the pick up. Nicely brought down. I think that was Kyle Kennedy brought him down. And a nice tackle there by Reece Riches. They're playing on the left side of field. Oh, nice run. We can feel it here up in the commentary box, the vibrations there by... Nice run there by Beatty Benevic. Followed up by Sam Fitzsimmons. 5th and last, just short of the halfway line. Pass out. there is Zach Leonard playing off the side of the sideline. Nice kick there by Mitch Goring. But it's going to be well met there by Michael Dwayne from Ballina. And he'll be dispersed 10 metres. And I think there might be a strip. Yes, it is. And so Northern Rivers should gain some possession off the penalty kick here. They'll have it 10 metres off their own half. So we're just past halfway now in the first half here at Lismore. 12-6 now, Northern Rivers over Greater Northern Tigers. Nicely brought down there by Sam Fitzsimmons. They'll be looking for discipline more than anything, than trying to, and as well trying to conserve some energy and try and finish the last 10 minutes of this half with a strong sail. Slow things down a bit. Can't ill afford to give away more possession with Northern Rivers because they've shown that, especially from the dummy half region, they have looked dangerous. They're taking the kick on the third phase. And the bounce almost favoured Northern Rivers, but well taken there at full back. And that was Bailey Taylor who had that well covered. Nice run up the middle. So Maris Brothers, they were the reserve grade champions last year, getting it done against Coogin in Ballina last year, the grand final. And I say there might have been a few graduates from that team. I think there's 2 or 3 in this team for the Northern Rivers. I dare say I could be wrong that there were actually some graduates into that team. Though if not, they'll be playing here tomorrow against Tweed Coast in the NRRL competition. As Nick Martin pauses play here. Once again, I want to thank the sponsors on board here, SEL World Australia. Of course, we're watching this one on Bar TV Sports. Victor Sports here on board as well. Without this, none of this would be possible.
Thank you, everyone. I'd just like to acknowledge our sponsors, SLE Insurance.
Nicely brought down their second phase of play.
Our host today, Northern United Senior Rugby League.
Northern United is actually the official host today as well in this competition. It's good to see them back in the NRRL competition. They were in recess last year, but they're back on board this year, which is great to see. We want to see this competition get bigger, and we hope to see perhaps one day this competition and perhaps make the screens here on Bar TV as well. That would be, and perhaps not just that, across all the country rugby league as well. Nice kick there, and it's well diffused there by Northern Rivers. And that's going to be well brought down there by Benovic. The breeze here is just picked up here on the south side. Feeling it up here in the comm box. Stiff breeze there from the south towards the Evans Head side of the field. Third phase of play. Well brought down there. Kicked inside the 40. It's going to be met there by Bailey Taylor. The bounce probably would have favoured a better bounce. Attempted tackle there by, I think that was Tane Robinson. This is Tim Bridge. About just on the 40-metre line inside their own half a field. That's well run out there by Newenhouse. This play should see them breach Northern Rivers side of the field. Way goes to Fitzsimmons. It's a hard man to bring down. Need three of them to bring him down. 40 metres out. Right side of field towards the shopping centre side. That was Jordan Mulheron, fifth and last. They're setting well deep. You'd think they'd be opting for the kick. They're playing right side, bombed up. Should be greeted by Liam Anderson, and it does. Well diffused there by Liam Anderson. And he's brought down there by Dylan Thorne from Muswellbrook. 14 and change left to go here in the first half. 20 metres out inside Northern Rivers half the field. Away it goes now for Nicholas. Sorry, that was Anthony Coleman, the leader for Northern Rivers. Nice solid run. He beats two, beats three, gets inside the Great Northern half of field. Gets it to 40 metres on their side of field, to the Great Northern Tigers side of field. Cut out pass, and he puts that right in the hands of Great Northern Tigers. And that play just gets it short of the halfway. And that should be the first phase. Away it goes down to Brett Wright from the Moree Boomerangs. Moree already setting up deep on the left side, and they're opting to use it early. Away it goes out for Brady Benovic. He's dispersed on the 30-metre side of Northern Rivers half. Away it goes now for Mitch Doring. Benovic. And 30 metres away from the Northern Rivers line. Can Greater Northern Tigers at least get it to a two tries apiece? 13 minutes to go in the first half. Way goes out to Mitch Doring. Cut out, and he's going to toy with a corner. I think he's got this one. And I think you'll find Greater Northern Tigers will make it 12 points to 10. Northern Rivers still have the lead, but it's 12 to 10. Nice little try there on the left side of field, right on the corner post side. And Zach Leonard from Werris Creek was the try scorer. And kicking off his try tally here in the under-23s. Zach Leonard has already got one try in his domestic local competition tally against Dungawain. Further adding to his 2017 tally for Werris Creek with 9 tries and his 2016 tally of 6 tries. So he is familiar with the stripe. And as Newenhouse is about to set up the kick, we hope you're enjoying today's coverage here, wherever you may be watching. As Newenhouse lines this one up, he's going to have the support of the breeze from the south side of the field. So distance shouldn't be an issue. Up it goes, and it's looking good, is it? It just hits the post. So it does remain 12 points to 10 for the Northern Rivers here in Lismore.
The score remains Northern Rivers 12, Greater Northern Tigers 10.
So we're just under 12 minutes to go left in the first half here in Lismore. Northern Rivers up 12 points to 10. And this is going to be defused here by Brady Benovic. Men in the sea by sea of Northern Rivers defenders. And nice hard run there. And he's well met by Kalen Hensby, plus a few others. Well, and there he is again with the help of Joshua Basgrove. Anthony Coleman there, waiting for him to get it down in the third phase of play, keeping Greater Northern Tigers to this side of the field here. Well kicked there by Mitch Doring, and I think that just went out on the full. So Northern Rivers will have a set of 6 inside the Greater Northern half. Just shy of 10 minutes left to go in here in the first half here. 12-10 Northern Rivers over Greater Northern Tigers. Away it goes now for didn't sign. And this one's Lachlan Perrin. All too familiar with this ground, being a Morris Brothers representative. Away it goes for Tane Robinson. Oh. His team, Tweed Coast, will be here tomorrow against Morris Brothers. Nice run here against Luke Campbell, also a Tweed Coast representative. They're set up on the right, Northern Rivers, but they opt to go left. Cut out pass there. Oh, he was looking to get that pass. There was 2 players there unmarked. Couldn't quite get the pass away. It was always going to be a difficult pass. Greater Northern will have this one back. Probably just looking to gain possession out of this one and probably set up again for the next set of 6. Trying to get just some valuable meters here. They're not really set too far deep. Just playing a forwards kind of game. Well defended there by Joshua Besgrove. He kept this one inside the 40 metre, inside their own line. Nice little darting run up the middle. Away it goes on the right side of the field, brings it in. Well brought down there by Jake Hoban. Just on the halfway, this will be the 5th and last. Nice little dart up the middle. And that's makes it inside. It's going to go now to Liam Anderson. And he's met there by James Bradley. Inside. And they'll get the penalty, Northern Rivers. Greater Northern Tigers did not need that. Deep inside this first half. They're doing a good job at defending the Northern Rivers in principle. But they can ill afford to get them into this side of the field. Because they've been playing damaging, short little dummy runs. Which kind of reminds me of their Andrew Johns Cup counterparts doing a bunch of their games. They played a lot of darting runs from the dummy half. And so it's obviously replicated and graduated, I dare say, into the 23s. And that was a sharp little pass there by Joshua Besgrove. And that was well brought down. 35 minutes away, 35 minutes away, sorry, from the Greater Northern Tigers line. Nice little hard run there, but it was well defended there by Dylan Fawn. They're opting to go left. And I think that was Reece Riches was unmarked on the right side, but it didn't quite make it to him. 7.5 to go left in the first half. Wait, nice little run there by Dylan Fawn. And well responded there by Kalani Hensby. Nice little hard run there by Hamish Wolfgang. 30 metres inside their own half of the field. 7 minutes to go. And it's 12-10 Northern Rivers over Greater Northern if you just joined us. And in the game preceding this in the ladies' tag was 24-0 Greater Northern Tigers over the Northern Rivers. They'll move on to the next phase. 5th and last, just shy of the halfway line. Nice bomb going up there by the Greater Northern Tigers, and I think Tim Bridges looking to get to it, but it's well met there by Reece Riches. He's brought down there by Brady Benovic. They're always looking for work, the Greater Northern Tigers front row. And there's his usual suspect there in Dylan Fawn. Though he's looking a little bit, I want to say limping just slightly. Doesn't look like he's in too much danger, but he's played solid, always looking for work. They certainly breed him tough out in the Greater Northern region. And that's going to be called forward there. 25 metres short of the Greater Northern line. Greater Northern will have a scrum feed going their way here. If you're just joining us around the country area region, the state, interstate, or around the world even, I know a couple of people who are watching this one from the US of A, which will be a Friday night over there. So a bit of Friday night football action if you're watching this from the US. I hope you're enjoying the coverage. Way this goes on left side of field. Nicely brought down there. Way it goes now for, couldn't quite make out who it is, but that was Tim Bridge involved in the tackle there. Moving to the centre of the field. Nice hard run. And the back of the head just pins back. And there is Dylan Ford. He has always been looking for work, both in attack and defence. Handy asset for the Greater Northern Tigers. Fifth and last on the 40-metre, and now a penalty against the Greater Northern Tigers. They were looking to just keep Northern Rivers pinned here in the dying minutes here in the first half. That won't be happening. Northern Rivers will get this one, I dare say, in the Greater Northern half of the field, with 4 minutes and change left to go. If Northern Rivers can, dare say, keep a set of 6 out of this and opt not to score, Greater Northern Tigers will have, you'd think maybe 2 players max to get some points here. Northern Rivers, they will play. They're playing what they're doing, what they need to do. But they dare say they need to ill afford to get Greater Northern Tigers to give them the lead, and with these last few minutes to give them momentum carrying on. They just got to play their game. 20 metres out from field, from the Greater Northern Tigers side of the field. Away it goes now for, I think that's Jake Horban. Northern Rivers are set on the right side of field. And that's going to be Mitch Dorian bringing it. And that was well brought down there, fifth and last. They're about within 10 metres short of the line. Kicked there by Tane Robinson. And will they get this one back? It's a knock on against the Greater Northern Tigers. So with 3 minutes left to go in the first half, Northern Rivers will have a set of 6 up their sleeve to potentially even extend their lead in perfect position. They've been looking dangerous from that dummy half. I dare say they'll be looking to make that play again. As the heads go down, Northern Rivers are looking to play deep here towards the commentary side of field. Away it goes now for Anthony Coleman. He's looking dangerous. He's just short of the line on the first phase of play. Away it goes now to Tane Robinson. Well brought down there. Right on the 10-metre line. Away it goes now for Tane Robinson again. Well brought down there. They're playing deep on the right side. They're going to go for broke here, Northern Rivers. Well tackled there by Greater Northern. And that was, I think, again, Dylan Fawn. He has been, for me, the most impressive defender. Fifth and last. That was quick. Under 2 minutes left to go. Tane Robinson hits the post. He's going to dive on it. Yes! That was Joseph Besgrove. And that's a hat-trick. Hat-trick for Joseph Besgrove. And it's that dummy half play again. And it's that usual suspect of the corner post. And it will make it 16-10 Northern Rivers over Greater Northern Tigers. With a minute and a half left to go here in the first half. We see time and time again in all grades of competitions, the corner post. Normally if it hits the corner post, it's going to favour the attacking team. And that's the case here for the Northern Rivers. They'll go in front. 16-10 with a kick to come with just a minute left to go in this one. I think they'll probably just most likely to drain the clock. And it will be Benjamin O'Goran from Coogin to kick it. as that south side breeze, which I mentioned earlier, has kind of died off here, so you shouldn't have any issues with the weather. The clocks are stopped here at 50 seconds to go left in there. And over it goes. 18-10 now. Northern Rivers over the Greater Northern Tigers here in the first game, the first match day of the under-23s competition for 2018, the Country Rugby League competition here for the ladies tag and under-23s. So with 35 seconds left to go, the Greater Northern Tigers will probably just want to go into the sheds to regroup for the halftime team talk. Nick Martin will blow back on. You think maybe 1 or 2 possessions tops for Northern Rivers. They don't want to look to do anything too risky. They'll just play at the clock. They don't probably won't even be any time to play it, though they will. This will definitely be the last play, you'd think. Away it goes now. I think that's going to be half time. Yes, it is. So it is Northern Rivers 18, Greater Northern Tigers 10. Well played there by Joshua Bresgrove with his 3 tries, his hat trick in the first half. Greater Northern Tigers will be looking to get some momentum back in the second half to try and. I think it's just discipline that they need to focus on. They've been playing well, solid attack and defence, as well as the Northern Rivers. We're going to go. I'm going to go and have a bit of H2O, get hydrated, and we'll be back for another big second half here in Lismore.
Take some advice.
In
case you got stopped.
Grab the card and come back. Like, coming off. Just that. Just on the bench, then they go out. We'll look up and
You get the numbers?
If we could have both representative squads make their way back to the field to kick off the second half in 90 seconds.
Dwayne Neville here from Crozier Oval here in Lismore for the 2018 Ladies Tag and Under 23s CRL Championships. It is currently 18-10 here, Northern Rivers versus Greater Northern Tigers. And the preceding game in the Ladies Tag was 24-0 to the Greater Northern Tigers. They will progress to the next round. Has some scores from around the grounds from other games being played around the state. Over in Maxwell, the Central Coast will progress to the next round against Newcastle next week with an 18-6 win over the North Coast in the Ladies Tag competition at Alan Gillett Oval. In the Southern Conference, it was South Coast 24-18 over the Western Rams. And the current progress score in Campbelltown, the GRS Tigers are 14-4 up over Riverina. And in the under 23s, the progress score over in Maxville, 18-10. North Coast are over the Central Coast. And, of course, to come later on, of course, on Bar TV, is Illawarra Western Rams at 1 p.m, which is be kicking off any minute, and Riverina and JRS at 3 o'clock. So, of course, once this coverage is over here in Lismore, flick over to the remaining games and support this competition. And, of course, you can watch that on the crlnsw.com.au websites and as well as the Facebook and YouTube platforms on Bar TV and CRL. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here in Lismore. As Northern Rivers now are about to line up, they're up to 18-10. That last try will probably give them some momentum, so they want to make the most of that momentum going forward. As we'll just wait to confirm the time, and Nick Martin gets his way for the second half. And of course, the colours tend to clash a little bit. It is actually the Northern Rivers playing in defence at the current time in the yellow and green stripes, with Greater Northern Tigers in their traditional yellow and black stripes. It was now well tackled there by Samuel Grant. Greater Northern Tigers, they didn't really do too much wrong in the first half, but they need to control their discipline. The rest should sort out themselves if they can get that right. As for the Northern Rivers, they've been dangerous in that dummy half region. They'll be looking to continue on with that. Away it goes to the left side of the field. Nicely well defended there. That was sort of looked like just that didn't really look like a tackle. I think he might have hurt himself there too. I think he just threw himself at him then. And I think that's still fifth and last. And Northern Rivers will have this one halfway with a set of six in tow. Away it goes now for Kalani Hensby. 40 metres out, gets it out now to Hayden Pratt. I think that's Hayden Pratt there. So 30 metres out, second phase of play, gets it out now to Samuel Grant. Away now to Caitlin Hensby. They're setting deep right on the right side of the field. Nice run there by Hayden Pratt again. Fifth and last, 20 metres out. They're setting deep left, but they opt to go right. Look to go dummy left. They're playing on that right side, going for broke. And I think there might be too many Greater Northern Tigers there. There's half the squad there, brings him down. And Greater Northern Tigers will have this one on their own goal line. So they play it now on the dead ball line, on the goal line. Meets up with a sea of Northern Rivers defenders. Over it goes, and I think that was Hayden Pratt again. He's starting the second half quite impressively, getting involved in both attack and defence. That was brought down there by Anthony Coleman, the captain. Opting to go left side. A nice little barging run there. 30 metres inside their own half of the field. It's going to be nicely brought down there by Lachlan Perrin. He had some assists there by, I think that was also Coleman again. He's been highly involved, having a bit of a captain's run there. Well diffused there by Liam Anderson from Ballina. Nicely split up the middle there, gets it to about 45 metres inside their own half the field. Nice little hard run there, Michael Twain. Nice little fast run by the winger, playing up in the dummy half region. Nice splitting run there also by Caitlin Hensby. Plays right side of field now, gets it out to Samuel Grant. Passed off there by Tane Robinson. So I think that's third phase there, about just shy of the 20-metre line, and I think they've just lost that. And so that's going to be a scrum feed now for the Greater Northern Tigers, 20 metres off their own goal line. And of course, we want to thank the sponsors again, SEL World Australia, Victor Sports, and of course, you're watching this on Bar TV Sports. Thrilled to have the cameras here in Lismore. And of course, let us know where you're watching this from. We're going to get Country Rugby League as much on the map as we can. And support the live streaming. It's been a great initiative in the Andrew Johns Cup and the Laurie Daly Cup. Lots of views And we want to this continue across all forms, across all leagues if we can. And really put Country Rugby League on the map. Or just rugby league in general. Nice little run there by Dylan Fawn. Gets inside the Northern Rivers half of the field. No, oh dear! I thought he might have been ducking a bit there. Look, I think he was lowering himself into the tackle, but that looked nasty. Though Nick Martin doesn't see any malice in it, I think it was because he was falling in the tackle. So therefore it will be a scrum feed to the Northern Rivers. So we're about 5 minutes inside the first half. We played out now to Samuel Grant. Gets it off now to, I think, that was a nice run by Benjamin O'Gorman. And he's assisted there by Michael Dwayne. Just short of the halfway line. O'Gorman playing off the dummy half region. That was run there by Lachlan Perrin. I think that's Lachlan Perrin. That it is. Nice little hard run there by Nicholas Morrissey. That's 35 metres short from their line, from the Great Northern line. Oh no, dear. And it's going to be played on now for Greater Northern Tigers. That was an opportunity there for Northern Rivers to really move on with this one. With an 18-10 lead, just above a converted try. If they can stretch it out to more than two, it's going to make Greater Northern Tigers having to take their natural game out, take away their natural game where they might have to do something out of their safe space to try and actually get this game back in their favour. Though now Greater Northern Tigers will now should have an opportunity now to actually make it a tight one. Brought down there inside now the Northern Rivers half of the field. And they're setting up to go right. There we go now for James Bradley. Nice kick. It's going to be a bit too deep. I think it is. Yes, it is. That was a little bit too deep. It was just though. I think it was just on the chalk. But Northern Rivers will have this one right on the dot where he kicked it, which I think is about 5 minutes short of the halfway line. It's going to be 15 metres short from the halfway line. With Samuel Grant to play it. Nice little darting run there by Benjamin O'Gorman. He's been impressive today. Away it goes now to the right side of the field. Gets it out now. I think couldn't quite make it the number, but I know that was Jared Wick getting involved in the tackle. Nice splitting run there, but just falls over his own feet. I think that was Eden Sign from Mullumbimby. Right side pass now to Anthony Coleman. They'll get a penalty, a set of 6 inside Greater Northern Field. Northern Rivers really, I think they even know now to make the most of their chances. They've got a handy lead of 8 points, and if you can get it to 14, then that's really putting their assertiveness on it and early. And there's no tomorrow, as I mentioned before, there's no tomorrows for today's runners-up. They got to go hard now for the next 31 minutes because the season is on the line. And they've given a penalty back the other way. On the, geez, Northern Rivers, I could see the shake of the heads from the Northern Rivers players already. They know that was a perfect opportunity to really move on with it. Now, Greater Northern Tigers, will they now actually make them pay for it in this play? 6, they will have a set of 6. They'll get it up to halfway on this one. Nicely brought down there by Jake Hooben. Nice hard tackle there by Lachlan Perrin. He'll have some supporters in the stands today. Being a Morris Brothers boy. Couldn't quite, gets the pass away. Makes it out to halfway again. It's going to be now for James Bradley from Singleton. Singleton Greyhounds. down the commentary side of field. Oh dear. He would like to have that one back again. That was Bailey Taylor. He had the intention of going up the middle, and if he had his hands on it, he probably would have, because there was a bit, sort of a gap there, and I think he might have split it before he even got to him, but not to be. So we're about 10 minutes now in the second half. It's 18-10, Northern Rivers over the Greater Northern Tigers here in Lismore. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here on Bar TV Sports through the crlnsw.com.au website and the usual social media platforms. Nice little storming run there by Eden Syme. Nice hard run there by Kalani Hensby. And it's going to be nicely tackled there by Brett Wright. And there's Dylan Fawn again. He is not too far from that rock. He reminds me of a player who plays for the Greater Northern Tigers, Andy Lamkin, who played in the Andrew Johns competition. He's an up-and-coming kid who's made big thing or two. Way to go, goes left. He's playing up that middle again. They have been so dangerous up the middle, Northern Rivers, although in this case I think he's going to be held up. I still think they've got at least a phase or two up their sleeve left to do something. Joseph Besgrove has just been so impressive from that dummy half. Kick across field. It is free across two, but the kick's going to be too deep. Greater Northern will have a 20-metre restart here. 11 minutes into the second half. This will be Jared Wicks to get us restarted. Oh, solid. That was solid. And up he goes again. That was going to be brought down there, I think, by Hayden Pratt from Casino. Here we go from James Bradley playing towards the commentary side of field, towards the grandstand side of field. Nice little darting run. Jared Wicks has been impressive himself from dummy half as well. And I think if they can get it up to, if he can get it close enough to the Northern Rivers line, he too will be capable of making a little dummy half run himself to maybe get over the stripe. Nice little bomb up there, and I think it's going to be greeted by, well taken there by Liam Anderson. Well taken. Northern Rivers take it 10 metres away from their own line. Just under 28 minutes left to go in the second half. Takes it up to the 30 on their own line. Away goes now Liam Anderson. Oh, drives him in. That was well driven in the ground there by Jordan Mulheron. I hope I got that right, Mulheron. And now another crutchy tackle there by Bailey Wooden. So just out the 40, just out. Nice little spiral bomb, and it's going to beat everybody. I think it's going to be too deep, and it is. Greater Northern will have this on the 20-metre line in their own half of the field for a set of six. It's Northern Rivers 18, Greater Northern Tigers 10 here in Lismore. Bailey Taylor to get us restarted. Oh, nice little hard run there by Dylan Fawn. And again, well met there by Samuel Grant from Coogin on the second phase of play. Away it goes towards the centre of field. I think that was inside there trying to make a tackle, but he's going to have helpers there. He'll bring him down. That's going to be right on the just before the 40-metre line inside the Greater Northern half of field. They're playing that left side, and I wouldn't say they're trying to play desperate Greater Northern Tigers, but for a third phase of play, playing it right to the winger on the third play. I think that was even the second play then. I think they're really trying to get desperate to break that Northern Rivers line, and they've just given a forward pass away to go with it. I think they're really trying to show they really need to get over that line. And so we're going to have a scrum feed now, 40 metres or what inside the Northern Rivers side of field.
with just under 26 minutes left to go. Grand Northern Tigers by no means out of it, but I think Northern Rivers, just as I said before, want to try and take them out of their comfort zone, make them have to play, take away their throwaway, make them have to throw away their playbook in order to try and keep them in this game. I think that's what they're doing. Nice little hard run. Up, gets it inside the Grand Northern side of field. Played off there by Joseph Besgrove. 40 metres away from the try line. Back now to Samuel Grant. And that was James Bradley there bringing him down. Really taking everything it takes to get him down. Nice little split out the middle there from Benjamin O'Gora, but couldn't quite get the pass out to the wing. They're playing backwards. And it's going to be played on, six to go. That could have been anything out of that. But Nick Martin has called 6 to go, so Northern Rivers pulling one out of the fire there, so to speak. Can they make the most of it and get some points out of it? They're well set up on the left side. It's going to be Kalani Hensby just short of the line on the second phase. And Northern Rivers can really put their foot down if they can really get some points out of this. And no dear. Tane Roberts would like that one back again. And the Greater Northern Tigers will have I think, on the 10-metre line for a set of 6. 24 minutes and just 24 and change left to go in the second half here. 8-10 Northern Rivers up. And I hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you're watching this across Australia or anywhere in the world. Whether you're having it over lunch or a coffee. And of course, we've got, as this one finishes, I think there's still 2 more games in the under-23s in the southern side to be shown on Bar TV Sports, so don't go anywhere. So 20 metres short of the try line. Got Greater Northern try line. I think that was Nicholas Morrissey involved in that tackle. That's Greater Northern Tigers playing on that left side of field. I think that's the third play. Northern Rivers are not really letting up in defence. They're really helping their teammates one after the other. There's 2, and then you could see 3 or 4 there, not too far off. And I could see Caleb Zebel on the sideline here, ready to come in, looking for work. He's got to come in and via an interchange. And away now goes off to Hamish Wolfgang. Wolfgang splitting it, but he's just brought down. Gets it off to Newenhouse. But just makes it into touch. And I think Greater Northern Tigers, they're throwing around a bit in the 3rd or 4th play. They're really looking to look for that line split. I wouldn't say it's coming to that just yet. There's still another 22 minutes left in this one, but it's really just a try and change left that they need to make. So it's not desperation stakes to get quick tries. I think calm heads need to prevail here. Northern Rivers seem to be doing that at the moment. That was a nice run there by Nicholas Morrissey. Just outside the 40. It's going to be read well there by Bailey Taylor. And oh dear. Slips underneath his own feet there. Saw a bit of that on Thursday night's game between Broncos and Bulldogs. The surface was like playing on ice, dare to say. Some tries came off that. But that being said, the surface out there is looking pretty good today here at Crozier Oval here in Lismore. Away it goes now to James Bellinga. Just short of the halfway line. Away it goes now to James Bradley. James Bradley splits up the middle. He's got one to beat. Cut out pass, and no. I think that might have just gone back. Though if he had read it well, there was no one that was going to stop Mitch Doring. It's the 5th and last. They're set up on either side really well. Away it goes now to James Bellinga. Kick there, and that was I mean, he got it eventually there. I think that was Michael Dwayne. I could be wrong, but the winger up on the far side here, and they've given away a penalty. Oh dear, and valuable field position to boot for Greater Northern Tigers. I was just going to say there, the winger was a bit to sleep there on the left side before he even didn't quite jump on it, and he got it in time, but it's all irrelevant now. The Greater Northern now have a perfect chance to get within a try and make a real game of it with just 20 minutes and change left to go in the second half. It's going to be brought forward there by Brady Benovic. And that was a little dummy run there for Bailey Wooden. This guy playing along the backside of field, and he's going to be well read there. Well defended there by Northern Rivers. Second phase of play. Away it goes now for James Bradley. Met hard. They're set well on the left. Away it goes. Nice crunching tackle, and he's called to the error. Well brought by Northern Rivers. They'll even go themselves here. And that will be a 0 tackle on our own 30-metre line. Greater Northern had a perfect chance there to go with it. Oh, whoa, dear. That was a crunching hit. And I think he's feeling the after effects of it there. Eden Syme split up the middle. He's still in back play there, Eden Syme. We felt it up here in the grandstands in the commentary box. Left side play. He's got himself on his own. He's over. Michael Dwayne from Ballina is over. And I think the Greater Northern Tigers know it. He had no one there reading for him. It was just great passing to get there. And the Northern Rivers have got themselves out to a 22-10 lead. With 18.5 left to go in this one.
Rivers number 2, Michael Dwayne, takes our score to 22-10 with the conversion to come.
And Michael Dwayne. He's a one-time under-23 representative from last season. He had 1 try versus Coogin for Ballina, and in this current season for Ballina Seagulls. And then last year he is no stranger to the try line, 13 tries, and he was part of that 2018 squad that won that grand final against Coogin last year. So 22-10, an opportunity now for Benjamin O'Goran, be it on the sideline, to get it past a 2-try, a handy, more than 2 converted tries. That breeze is well and truly gone from the south now. This is an imperative kick if there has ever been one. Doing these little Johnny Wilkinson kind of setup. And it's just going to be to the left of the post. Northern Rivers 22 up over Greater Northern Tigers, 17 and change left in this one here in Lismore. We once again want to thank the sponsors, SELE World Australia, Victor Sport, and of course Bar TV Sports getting involved in this one. Bringing you these amazing pictures here. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here on YouTube, Facebook. Leave us a comment. Let us know where you're watching this from. And get behind it.
Just a quick reminder, there's plenty of hot and cold food at the canteen.
Northern Rivers now. They want to get this out to pass 2 converted tries with 16.5 to go. They can smell victory from here. And I think now that's the time for Greater Northern Tigers to really play outside the square. Though that being said, a solid run there from Caleb Zibwell. He's still going. And here it is again. It's going to be Joseph Besgrove. Can he get 4 tries? Just short of the line. And they've given away a penalty. Oh, dearie me. Early in the set too. Which is a shame for the Northern Rivers because they caught Greater Northern Tigers at 6 and 7s in defence. And if cooler heads had prevailed, they could have almost had this one in the books at perhaps 28-10. But not to be. Greater Northern Tigers will have a chance to get themselves back in. And we see Brett Wright and Karen French on the sidelines there, waiting to come on, bringing on some fresh legs. They really have to unload the benches now, Greater Northern Tigers. Their season has got about 15 minutes and 30 seconds away. If they can't get the 2 tries they needed to get back into this one, they could definitely afford to get Northern Rivers another one this deep into the game. Way it goes now to Mitch Doring. And they've got to have another penalty to help. And I thought there might have been a little bit of argy-bargy there, but cooler heads are prevailing. Northern Rivers can't afford to not have cool heads at the moment. They've got the lead. They don't want to lose their tempers at the moment. So about 14 and a half left to go on this one. 22-10 Northern Rivers and Greater Northern Tigers. If you've just joined us, the ladies tag, Greater Northern Tigers will have a representative in the next round, a 24-0 win over Northern Rivers. Will the honours be split here, or will Greater Northern Tigers somehow come back and have both teams go in? We'll soon find out. And here we go again. Could they get redemption starts here? And I think it is. Game back on now. And this should now be 22 points to 14 for the Northern Rivers. Northern Rivers were caught napping in defence there. And if they can get this kick to go over, it will be game back on. And that was Zach Leonard there. I think that might have been his second try for the week. Sorry, for the game.
Number 5, Zach Lemon.
And that it is.
22-14.
The Werris Creek representative in Group 4. And I hope we've got some people watching, or supporters out there watching this one from Werris Creek. I know that's well supported, the live streaming audience out in the Greater Northern region, as well as here in the Northern Rivers. When these two teams played in Grafton a month ago, it was well representative on the viewer front from both teams. It's what we want to see. Thus now making the score now 22-14, Northern Rivers over Greater Northern Tigers. And the kick is just going to hit the post. So it's still 22-14 Northern Rivers over Greater Northern Tigers. Here at Crozier Oval here in Lesmore.
Score remains 22 points to 14. With 12 and a half minutes remaining.
Now Northern Rivers will need to keep their cool heads prevailing here. They still got to. Greater Northern will still need to have two point scores to take out this margin of 8 points. Kick is a strong one downfield. And there's a sea of Northern Rivers defenders lining up in one hit. Way it goes now, that is Nicholas Morrissey there, having involvement in the two phases there. That's going to be brought down there by Eden Syme, who seems to be back on his feet after that hard-hitting run about 10 minutes ago. They're playing along the left side of field. Well brought down just now. I think that was Joseph Bestgrove. For me, he's been the standout player with his 3 tries. His hat-trick in the first half, coming close to a fourth before. They're playing down the commentary side of field. Away it goes now. They're opting to go the kick. They brought all the Northern Rivers defenders in, went for the kick, and there was only Liam Anderson there to defuse it. 30 metres away from their own line, own line of field. Brought down there by Jared Wick. So just over 10 minutes to go left in this one. Will this one go in extra time, perhaps? Will we have our first extra time game of the tournament? You can feel the intensity out there. No team is giving up in this one. No, could this go to the wire? Nice solid hit there by Hayden Pratt. 40 metres away from his own line. Sorry, that was actually Caleb Seabell. He's had a couple of solid, hard-breaking line breaks. So as we enter the final 10 minutes in this game, Greater Northern Tigers with possession. And there was about 4 or 5 Northern Rivers defenders there waiting. No team can ill afford to give away a penalty now. It's got to be perfect, flawless play from here on in for both teams. Northern Rivers know if they can just keep a clean play, keep solid, they should have enough in the bank to keep them home. Great Northern Tigers, well, they're 8 points down. They need to keep going. Brady Benovic, just shy of halfway. Grab a kick across the carpet here, and Anderson defends. Nice little dummy run there. 30 metres inside their own half, Northern Rivers side of the field. Again, the kits are looking pretty similar out here, even to my eyes. Northern Rivers are in possession. They have the green stripes. Greater Northern with the black. Solid run there by Jake Hoban. Gets him inside, Greater Northern side of field. And another solid run there by Caleb Hebel. He's got numbers on the left. He's well picked up, and they're in. And it's Samuel Grant. Forward pass, though. It would have only just been slightly forward, but nevertheless, it's going to be called forward. And you think with 8.5 to go, that could have been a decisive play in the game. And Caleb Seabell did so well to get that split up the middle, and he had the numbers on the left. And geez, wouldn't you like to have that pass back again? And I think Samuel Grant there, I think he knows it himself, but not to be. They'll just have to now respond back with some good defence and good discipline now, Northern Rivers. Away it goes now. And they're there. They're looking solid. Anthony Coleman. He's had a really good captain's play there, and that's well defended there by, I think that's Kalani Hensby from Tweed Coast. They're playing down right side of field. They're just doing what they need to do, Northern Rivers. They're playing on that right side. That looked a touch forward, but Nick Martin's going to let it go. Fifth and last now. Just on kick going bomb up, just short of halfway. And surprised Liam Anderson let that one drop. He read the tackle instead. He thought he played the safe option just to read the tackle. He knew where the ball was going to land. He decided to read the tackle instead of read the ball. And it paid up dividends for Liam Anderson and the Northern Rivers. Just under 7 minutes left to go in this one. Greater Northern Tigers will need at least 2 scoring opportunities. And you think with 6.5 to go, you think they'll definitely get at least 2 plays, but probably not with that. Not giving away penalties like that, they won't. But even still, you'd think maybe 2, 3 tops possessions of the ball to get it done in. Unless they get some fortune coming their way. So that kick now takes us to the 40-metre line inside the Greater Northern half of field. And you'd think if Northern Rivers can get some points out of this, they'll move on with the bye in hand, of course. The winner of North Coast and Central Coast in Maxfield will take on the winner of Newcastle next week. And the winner of that game will play the winner of this game here in Lismore. 20 metres short of the line. Away it goes now to Samuel Grant. Liam Anderson. He's had an impressive game. He's been safe as houses with defusing many bombs that Greater Northern Tigers have put through. And a nice solid run up the middle. There are numbers on the right side for Northern Rivers. Couldn't quite get it out there. They'll play left. Grubber across field. They maybe get a repeat set, and they certainly will. With 5.5 minutes left to go, they will get a repeat set via a dropout. And of course, we want to again thank our sponsors, Bar TV Sports, that you're viewing this on. And so good to see these cameras here in Lismore. We hope to see them up in the Northern Rivers a bit more often, and in the country areas more often. And of course, Victor Sports and SLE World Australia, the major sponsor, getting on board for Country Rugby League. Nice solid run there by Cole Kennedy. They're setting up right, but they're going to left. They're setting up for a right play. Will this pay off for Northern Rivers in the corner? Michael Dwayne. I think that could be the match winner. Nick Martin does confirm with his assistant that it's all clear. Michael Dwayne with a double. And that could be the decisive try now for the Northern Rivers. 26-14 with just over 4 minutes to go, and there is a kick to come as well. They were set up on the right-hand side there, well deep, but he caught a little gap, just like we scored his first try. Michael Dwayne from Ballina. He's been quite impressive for his club side, Ballina Seagulls, the defending champions in the NRRL. I think they had a slow start to the season this year. They come off the back of a couple of losses, but they're looking to come strong now. I think they lost their first 2 games against Mullumbimby and Coogin, and now they've had some impressive wins. I think they had like a 50-0 win against Evans Head last week. And they're doing well with their representatives out here today. Hopefully we've got a few viewers out here in the northern regions. Hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you may be watching. And here's Benjamin O'Gorman again. There's no breeze in the south. Similar kick to the first. And it is unsuccessful. Thus they are making it 26-14. Now with just under 3 minutes to go, this should be enough for Northern Rivers to get home. But you think maybe they'll go for a sneaky little field goal to get it to 13. More than 2 tries. The clocks are still running. So football is a funny game. And you think for all money the Greater Northern Tigers will be setting up for a 10-metre kick. No, they won't. That is surprising. I could see the front row of Northern Rivers setting up for a potential 10-metre kick. Could that be Greater Northern Tigers conceding defeat, perhaps? Would have thought for all money they would have gone for a 10-metre kick. But anyways, away it goes now up the middle. Nice run, and then split up there from Liam Anderson, but that's well defended. Nick Martin calls time. And I think there's just a little bit of cramp there by Liam Anderson, who has been impressive today. Just under 2 minutes to go left in this one. Nice little dummy run there, but he's now wet. Hayden Pratt there. 40 metres shy. It's probably, I guess, third phase of play. Nice little hard run there, but well defended again there by Greater Northern. Will they go a field goal? No, they won't. Nice little chip up there by Samuel Grant. And it's still grubbering, and Michael Dwayne, could he get a third? No, I think it just beat him. So Greater Northern Tigers with 1:20 left. Should be their last time they'll have the ball. And you dare say that honours are going to be split between the two teams here in the first match day here with the ladies tag and under 23s country competition. As was the case in the Andrew Johns and Laurie Daly Cup match day as well. Both teams were split on that day about a month ago. Greater Northern Tigers will at least want to finish home strong if they can, perhaps with a try. Nice little kick there. There are players onto it. They might even beat, but and I think that's going to be knocked on, and that will all be she wrote. There's about 35 seconds left. They might not even be time for the scrum.
And also Northern Rivers for their victory in the under 23s.
And with 25 seconds left, I think they're all just going to shake hands and call it a day. Northern Rivers are going to go through in 2 weeks. And I don't think they're even going to bother with the scrum. There's only about 10 seconds left. What an impressive performance by Northern Rivers. They just play with clear heads and defended well when they need to. Greater Northern Tigers, they can hold their heads up high. They played a tough, intensive game. Both teams played a tough, intense game. And that is the under 23s here and the first match day of the under 23s and ladies tag in the books here in Lismore, Crozier Oval. Northern Rivers taking the honours here in the under 23s, 26-14 over the Greater Northern Tigers. And of course, Greater Northern Tigers will have a representative in the ladies tag with a 24-0 win here. And player of the game, Joseph Besgrove from Wollongbar Mustangs with his 3 tries, and Liam Anderson with his Calmers Houses defence in fullback. And then of course Greater Northern Tigers, Dylan Ford should be quite proud of his solid. He's been in the action for the whole 80 minutes. And of course he wouldn't have done it without help from his forward pack, and of course James Bradley and Zach Leonard from Werris Creek for his 2 tries. So that just about does things here in Lismore. For the crew here at the CRL, the crew here at Bar TV Sports here on the ground, I'm Dwayne Neville. It's been a pleasure bringing you another match day here, and we look forward to bringing you the next instalment of the Country Rugby League Championships for the ladies tag and under 23s. Have a good afternoon and head over to the other broadcasts across the tube. Thanks and goodbye.
Oh.